Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I'm here to share with you a contemporary design. What is contemporary? It's a term that changes. Today, contemporary takes its lead from natural elements, the form of the flower, the drama of a Phalaenopsis orchid, or the beauty of a succulent. And trending in contemporary today is texture of the container as well as the floral materials. So today, I want to share with you a dramatic contemporary design utilizing texture and fabulous form flowers. My container is not watertight, so I've added a plastic liner on the inside, and then using the pre-formed cubes from the Oasis company, they come in different sizes. I just soaked it in flower food and then set it into the liner using anchor pins to secure it into place, so that way I don't have to have tape anywhere. So I've got the plastic liner, 2 anchor pins, pre-soaked cube of foam, and just drop it into place. First, I'm going to place the succulent in. Now I don't have room for the pot and the roots and all, so I'm going to set this aside, pull over a dish, and then pull the plant out. Now the fun thing with a succulent, you can do this, totally kill it is how you feel, but it still lives. And later, if you want to go back and plant it again, it'll reroot and continue going. But for my purposes of design, I'm just cleaning it off, getting it down to the stem, getting rid of all the roots and dirt. So that I have just a stem to work with. Once that's cleaned off, I can scoot my foam back just a bit, slide that into place, and then to secure it, using a bit of 18 gauge wire, hairpinning it, and then going around the root and down into the foam, locking it in place. To conceal the rest of my foam and my mechanics, I'm going to use the raspberry colored hydrangea. It's so gorgeous, coordinates nicely with the orchids. But to begin with, I'm going to score the corner of my foam just a bit. That'll make it easier to conceal. Then taking one bloom, cutting it relatively short, just 2 inches, and then using alum. Alum is a pickling spice. You can get it at a holistic store or your grocery store. It comes in a little container just like your spices. It will keep the hydrangea alive much longer. Then inserting it down into the foam, taking one more bloom, cutting it short. Again, removing the leaves, don't need those. Dipping it into the alum, and then just nestling it right down into the foam. For a low arrangement in a contemporary style, I could stop right here. It's beautiful, just with the 2 hydrangeas and the succulent. But I want something a little taller. So I'm going to add my Phalaenopsis, giving it a cut. And it's got a nice rounded stem, so I do 2 cuts, giving kind of an arrowhead so it doesn't spin on me. And then just placing it down through the hydrangea into the foam, making sure that it's in nice and securely. And the single stem, absolutely gorgeous all by itself. But bringing one more, cutting it a little shorter, letting it come from the opposite side, creating a framing of negative space and drawing attention down lower, close to the succulent. Again, getting it in nice and deep, cutting it twice so that it doesn't spin. And now it looks beautiful. And to be honest, it looks gorgeous from the back as well. It's not a one-sided arrangement. To soften the dramatic lines, I want to add a little more movement right here in the center. And I want to echo this rounded feel, pulling your eye inward. So I'm going to use some flat caning, and again in that beautiful raspberry color, creating loops in my hand, just kind of looping it around on itself, getting 3 loops and adjusting a little bit their size. There we go. And there, and then cutting it. Don't need so much. Let's see, where do I want to cut? I want that one right about there. So I've just got the 3 pieces now, varying sizes, small, medium, and large. And I can still adjust a little bit by scooching them around, then using a wood pick. 2 of them, wrapping them around. So I'm securing this together. And then just carefully nestling the picks right down into the hydrangea and then into the foam so that the loops go in, and then adjusting, molding, turning it until you get it just where you want so that it follows the same lines as the stem. Maybe push it down a tiny bit further, then the orchids come up, the loops go around, and it's all anchored at the base with the heavy textural pot. With a contemporary design, using the elements of texture, dramatic form of the flowers, and then also dramatic lines, and then encompassing ample negative space so that you can really enjoy all those lines. Makes it a truly wonderful contemporary design. Now we have far more information, both educational and inspirational, on our website at flowerschool.com. Check it out, you'll learn so much more. If you need help, if you've got questions, don't hesitate to contact us. You can reach us through the website at flowerschool.com or pick up the telephone at 1-800-819-8089. We're all so far apart in so many different languages. If email is easier, feel free to use my personal email. It's Leanne, Leanne, at floraldesigninstitute.com. I really do love to hear from you. Now it's your turn. Have fun and do something you love.